Hello and welcome back to leadershipmentor.com. In our time together this week, I'd like to share another way of looking at how we can effectively motivate our team members. So, motivating team members is really the key to that is what we provide needs to match their need. And we talk a lot about this in many different sessions, and it's so important that we understand what the need of the team member is. And so that carrot needs to match their wants, their desires, their values. But there's a really simple way of looking at a process, some of the stages that we go through in any position, whether it's a leadership role or a team member role. So let's take a look at what that is. So it's important that we motivate to match the stage. And what I mean by stage is when a team member starts with on your team, they typically have a very high level of enthusiasm. But what they lack is going to be knowledge and skill, obviously. And you can relate to this if you're new to the role of leadership. You're probably very excited about what you're doing, but there's probably a lot of anxiety around the fact that you don't really have that skill and that knowledge. It's new to you and you're really learning. But over the course of time, what tends to happen is enthusiasm goes down as your knowledge and skill increases, right? The job is getting more predictable. And so the level of enthusiasm will tend to decrease over time while the knowledge and skill increases. So what does that mean? So when somebody's new in this role, the need that they have is more of the need for direction. So we would be telling them more of what to do, directing them. And we don't need to provide motivation in terms of getting them excited about the position necessarily, because a lot of that is there. So we do at some level need to motivate them to keep their excitement level high, but we certainly don't need to make that the main focus. So as time goes on and we move further to the right, we have a greater need for motivation. And that's so key because they don't need the direction so much. They have the knowledge and the skill. For example, if you have a team member who's been with you for, say, 3 or 4 years, they have the knowledge and skill. They know the applications and the right answers to if they're talking with customers. But what they need from you is motivation. They need you to focus on how to keep them enthusiastic and excited about what they're doing. They don't need you to provide direction so much from a day-to-day basis. They need you to work on the level of enthusiasm. So this is just a really simple model of how team members evolve over time. So what we need to do is to look at how do I provide what they need. So if I start to the left, I'm starting with very high level of enthusiasm, low knowledge and skill. So what I provide as a leader is going to be that direction. I'm going to be telling them and providing that direction because that's what they need. Over the course of several years, as my knowledge and skill increases, I don't need you to give me that same level of telling, of direction. What I need from you is to help me keep enthusiastic and motivated about my position. So that's really a model of how we should look at that. So you shouldn't be approaching somebody that's been on your team for 2 or 3 years the same way you would for somebody who's been there for, say, 2 months. So when we talk about motivation, again, it's what the need is at the time. And so you have to understand that you need to approach that very differently. So I hope you found that helpful this week. Again, we talk a lot about motivation. I think it's so important, again, that we get to know our team members and we understand that, and that we identify where they are in this process or this stage of development. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't, sign up for our community so you can see all of our videos. And certainly would enjoy having you as a premium coaching member. And hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon.